It's all about how you see yourself. You know, when you take a look at everything that's happening inside and outside of the organization, the one word that I see is elevate. You know, drop elevate for me in the chat. The one word that I see for everybody that's connected to this call on today is elevate, right? We have a Super Saturday taking place tomorrow, one of the biggest events that will be taking place in retired and 365 history. And you literally have a part to play in that, right? You literally have a part to play in that. So with the supernatural things that are taking place right now, you want to make sure that you receive what is meant for you. You want to make sure that supernatural increase that's going to take place for those that raise their hand and say that they're ready for it. You want to make sure that you're in position to raise your hand. Right? You want to make sure that you're in position to raise your hand. So what do I mean? I need you on today to change the image that you have of yourself in your subconscious mind. Right? There was a particular image that you had prior to getting involved with this concept of yourself, right? And I want you to be able to change that on tonight, because take a note on this. You cannot outperform the image that you have of yourself. Right? You cannot outperform the image that you have of yourself. So what does that mean? That means that if I want 6 figures in the bank, if I want 7 figures in the bank, if I want to go Chairman Tim in the next 30, 60, 90 days, or whatever the case is, right? I have to make sure that I have that image holding it close to my mind. Right? Because if I'm saying all those things, but I'm looking at myself in a negative light, in a negative state, then I will never get to what it is that I want. It will literally be an example of you literally hitting a level of resistance, right? You literally hitting a level of resistance. And I used this example the other day, and I asked you guys, what does it take to break out from a level of resistance in the Forex market, right? It takes news. It takes new news. It takes new information in order for that breakout to take place. So in order for the breakout to take place in your life on today, in order for May to really be your month, in order for you to really be able to participate and take advantage of the May mayhem, is going to all revolve around how do you see yourself, right? How do you see yourself? Drop an action word in the chat that describes how you see yourself, right? Very simple. And you're going to keep hearing this, because you have to understand how you see yourself is exactly how the world will see you. That's why you can't see yourself based on the way that your bank account looks like right now. That's why you can't see yourself based on, the way that your closet looks like right now. That's why you can't see yourself based on the way that your business looks like right now, because in order to break through from that, I have to see where it is that I'm going. Right? I have to see where it is that I'm going. That's why all the leadership will constantly remind you, hey, where are your goals at? How often are you seeing? How often are you confessing to where it is that you're going, right? So one, you want to change that image in your subconscious mind, because 96% of our habits are literally controlled directly from our subconscious mind. 96% of our habits are literally controlled by our subconscious mind. So you got to get that clear image. What does that look like? Right? What does that look like? I can do a training on this every single week, because that's really what it boils down to. What does that image look like? How does that young lady look? How does that young man look at the result that you desire? How are they dressing? How are they speaking? How are they allowing other people to speak to them? Right? You want to keep all those things in mind as well. And you want to get emotionally involved with this. Right? You want to get emotionally involved with that image that you see in your mind's eye. Right? You want to be able to, regardless, right? If your account is sitting on negative right now, that you can get so excited about where it is that you're going that it can make you cry. It can make you shake, because you understand that God is ready to do a new thing. Somebody drop new thing in the chat. He's ready to do a new thing for you, but he needs you to step into that new person in order to receive that new thing. See, you didn't get that, right? Everybody wants new stuff, right? But they want to operate from that old individual, right? And you literally on today have to die to that old individual, right? You have to die to that old individual. So let's talk about imagination, right? I did a training last week talking about your imagination versus your memory, right? Talking about your imagination versus your memory. Your imagination is the most powerful thing in the universe, right? Your imagination is the only thing missing in the universe, right? So it's very, very important on today that you operate from that place. I do not care what it looks like right now. If you only knew what it was recently looking like, right? But I had where we were going in my mind's eye all the time. And more importantly, I made it a point, and you should make it a point as well when you're goal setting, not to goal set on what you see, right? Because you have a lot of people that goal set based on them seeing other individuals going chairman 10 and above, them seeing other individuals, creating a certain income or whatever the case is. You want to make it a point to be spirit-led so you don't have to do it over again, right? You want to make it a point that whatever it is that you're believing for, right, that God is in 100% alignment with you, that he said, look, this is what I have for you. I just need you to take care of a couple things, right? And you'll have it, right? And you'll have it. So what I want you to do on today is allow yourself to be open to that idea, right? Allow yourself to be open to the idea of, I have to let the spirit lead me as it pertains to my goal setting, as it pertains to my imagination. And then once I get those instructions, once I allow myself to be led, then there's a couple of things that are going to take place, right? There's a couple of things that are going to take place. Now let's talk about the conscious mind, right? Connected to the world around us through our five senses. Drop our five senses in the chat, right? Drop our five senses in the chat. What five senses are you blessed with on today? Drop that in the chat, right? What five senses are you blessed with today? Drop that in the chat. It's not a trick question. It's not a trick question at all. There's nothing going on in the chat. Here's the deal. What are my five senses? My seeing, my hearing, right? My touching, my tasting, right? Somebody dropped the last one, right? Speak. There you go. Absolutely. So writing causes thinking. Thinking creates an image. And that image stirs emotions. And those emotions cause the action. And then the action sets up a reaction. And the reaction is the goal that you actually want. Is the thing that you were just saying, I'm so happy and grateful now that I am. I'm so happy and grateful now that I have. Right? Drop some I'm so happy and grateful nows in the chat. What are folks grateful for on today? Right? What are folks grateful for on today? Because most importantly, we got to make sure that we're tapping into the gratitude aspect, because gratitude is literally the seed for more. So some folks are grateful for their family on today. Some folks are grateful for their life on today. I know we had a lot of people that dropped the 3 things that they're grateful for. You definitely want to keep that in the forefront of your mind. You definitely want to keep that in the forefront of your mind, right? This is a gem for you. Write down your C-type goals with your left hand moving forward, right? What is a C-type goal? A C-type goal is a goal that I have no idea how this will happen, right? But I believe that it will happen. Begin to write those goals with your left hand or your non-dominant hand. Begin to challenge your mindset on today. And then let me know what it looks like for you 30, 60, 90 days from now. I guarantee everything will change for you, right? I guarantee everything will change for you. The last thing that you have to change on today is your reflection in the mirror. Your reflection in the mirror is the very last thing that you're going to have to change on today. You know, if you were on the book club call yesterday, you know, in our book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, we talked about the importance of having a smile, right? We talked about the importance of basically having a pleasing personality, right? Because that kind of energy is going to attract what it is that you want. Because again, like attracts like, right? Like attracts like, guys. So I'm super excited for what's taking place right now. You should be excited not only for what's taking place right now, but for the person that you're currently becoming, right? For the person that you're currently becoming. And sometimes it's not easy to get excited about that. Sometimes it's not easy to get excited about that because with the person that you're becoming, there are certain challenges that will take place as well, right? There are certain character building moments that will take place as well. And you have to be ready for that. You have to be able to harness that. You have to be able to take that head on and just understand that you will never be given anything that you can't bear. You will never be given anything, right, that's not meant for you. I want you on today, when you have challenges, when you have character building days, I want you to begin to change how you respond to that, right? I want you to identify times in the day where you feel like your vibe isn't where you would like it to be and begin to do things to instantly change it, right? And begin to do things to instantly change it. Nobody should have control over your mindset. Nobody should have control over your vibe, whether you're happy or whether you're sad. And if they do, I implore you on today to take that control back, right? To take that control back because you deserve to be happy, right? I believe every human being on this earth deserves to be happy and deserves to be in position to be able to live life on their own terms. And that's the important for everybody on this call on today, the moment that you receive it. And that's why some people win and some people don't win. You know, you guys might have been saying the same thing, confessing the same thing, but do you really believe it though? Do you really believe that 50 chairman traders is already done and you're one of them? Do you really believe that you could create a 6-figure income trading this year, 7-figure income trading this year? Do you really believe that this could be your last year working? Do you really believe that, say, for example, you were sent home from work during what's going on in the world right now? Do you really believe that he will do such a good thing in your life that you'll never have to go back? Do you believe that? Do you believe that? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. And it's 100% done, guys. It's 100% done, guys. So we're super excited for what's taking place right now. You should absolutely be excited for everything that's taking place as well. Right now, you want to make sure that everybody you know, everybody that you care about is in position for the Super Saturday on tomorrow, right? I'll be kicking it off. You know, you guys are going to hear from some of the best inside and outside of our organization. And we have to make sure that we represent, right? We have to make sure that we represent. Reach out to everybody that you know and help them understand, listen, you need to be on this particular call. You cannot afford to not be on this call. Whether they were in the business before, whether they're active right now, you need to make sure that you serve. You need to make sure that you actually play your part in the miracle that's going to take place on this weekend. One of the biggest things I'm going to be talking about is expectation, right? One of the biggest things I'm going to be talking about is expectation. So I want you to identify, what are you expecting from what takes place this weekend, right? What are you expecting from what is taking place this weekend? How are you expecting your business to begin to thrive after this weekend? How are you expecting your mindset to shift after this weekend, right? You don't have to drop it in the chat, but it's important that you identify that on today